Hello, everyone. It's Eileen Smith here, and thank you so much for joining or watching the replay. And I would love for all those replay viewers if you can try to catch us live because we want to hear from you. And I see a lot of the folks here today that are very vocal and want to either ask questions or participate, share their expertise and their experiences. And so that's what this is all about. I like to call it a think tank. And so that's what we're going to do. So today, I want to start off, especially for those folks who missed the previous Friday's sessions, where Ehud made the announcement about half price samples coming to Logie. Yay! This is something that it kind of morphed into used to be that you would get a coupon code and then you would purchase it from Amazon, but now you can purchase directly from Logie. So the first thing I want to tell you, I do have a list of the brands because Echo gave us a list, but I found a few more that he left off the list or they just signed up recently. The first thing that you need to know if you're going to be buying any of these half price samples, you'll need to have a different payment method than your Logie payout payment method. Okay. So I think, and at least Amy is up on that because she's shaking her head. Liz, I don't see you shaking your head, or Catherine. So I don't know if y'all remember him saying that last week. Okay, Liz, I should know. Catherine's like, I think so. All right. So, Ed said, plenty of new brands, and I'll be sure to add many more today. Yay! Okay, so here's what I found so far. And you know what? I'm going to screen share this. And I'll actually start from the bottom of the list that I found because most of you all were here last time. So the ones that I have on the bottom of the list are the ones I found like in the last 15 minutes. So we have Medi Captain, who looks like they sell like socks and things for athletes as far as footwear or maybe some protective things. So check that out. Teen boys, or as mentioned in one of the product descriptions that I was reading, no Novivon, they're looking like they sell mostly glasses, eyeglasses, or maybe reading glasses. Didn't get a chance to do a lot of exploration, but I want to mention that one. And they're kind of at the top of the opportunities page because they're new. They're new Logie brand, from what I can tell. Anyway. And Merino Snug. Oh, I remember being so excited when I first saw them on the platform because it was the first time we had like a fashion thing going on, and I was able to be matched with one of the um, scarves, and they're like merino wool scarves. Ooh, but now they got like little capes and things like that as well. And now you can get those at half price. Now, and you have to, in addition to the half price, you'll also be paying tax. And I guess that's based on your local tax rules, I'm assuming. All right, so Jersey Slumber, they sell those eye things you would sleep with to keep light and things out of your eyes. Those are the only kinds of products that I saw from them. If anybody's typing something for me in the chat, I'll see it as soon as I finish with this list. Perfecto is sort of I'll call that a men's grooming brand. I see shaving creams and even hair care products for men, um, shaving bowls, and the little brushes, that you scrub up with before you shave. And they're very cute and a great, great, great things for gifts. Garden Bro, watering your plants and flowers. And I know last time Ehud had said elements, and I was like, I couldn't find elementum or something like that. And then I figured out that it was Shashibo. We all love our little shape shifting boxes. And so I think that's Shashibo, but then it goes on to be the elements of something, something, something. Tri case, I guess you can think of them with a lot of the hookah things, but there was a couple of other products that they had as well. Same thing with M. Rosenfeld, and they also have additional things, a lot more than just the hookah products. And then Twixie, great for crafters, as well as um, little nail polish holders for making it easier for you to do your nails and things. And the sink shroom, tub shroom, oh, it's like a gold mine. If you don't, if you've never got a sink shroom or tub shroom, get one of those bad boys. Trust me. Funsels are children's activity books, which is great. And if you ever wanted to draw or write or paint or any kind of crafting that has to do with chalk markers or paint mark Chacola, they have every kind of marker imaginable. If there is a marker, Chacola has one. Okay. Now, I just realized right before today's session that there were some brands that were an addition to the list that Ehud gave us last week. And so those are the three that I have there at the bottom. But then it was time for me to put my, comb my hair and put my earrings on. So I had to stop looking. And, there is 10,496 products on Logie. I don't know how many brands that represents, but a lot. So you just have to, here's what you do. When you're on the My Opportunities page and you're not sure, just be okay with when you click on that truck, there's a little truck icon. You might just get a little, eh. Be okay with that. All right. Just be okay with that. Because one that you click on, that may be in addition to the list that I just read out for you, it's not going to be it's going to be a half price. This is the price. This is how much you pay. This is your tax. Here's your shipping information. And as a matter of fact, I took a screenshot of that as well. Hmm. So you'll know what that looks like when you get a winner. And I used our favorite, Shakola, for that screenshot. Rather than me telling you, I'll show you. So here you clicked on that and it says half price sample is available. And it tells you the price, the 50% off price, your taxes and fees, and this is the sample cost. Now I highlighted down here in blue. They're just confirming your shipping address, which will be the already on your profile shipping address where you get your free samples, right? So, or when you get product matched. but the payment method, and it even says enter new payment method. Okay. So I would love to hear from you all and let me know if this is something that you would think about investing in. Have you already done it? What's the deal? Catherine says, Eileen, I got a scarf too from Merino Snug. They are warm. Yes, they are. They are. And she has a sink shroom. You're getting matched with a lot of the same things I've been matched with. My sink shroom, I had the tub shroom as well, and
Hmm.
they did so well for me. Yeah, go ahead, Catherine.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's the tub. Well, it's a green one, so I don't know if that's tub shroom. I think that's the tub shroom. I mean, it goes in the tub, so
Okay, yeah, the one that goes in the tub is a tub shroom, and the other
yeah.
one's a
So
stink shroom. But it does
yeah,
the same thing. It does
right.
the same thing, and it's such a useful little thing.
Yeah,
Like I certainly wish that was around when I was growing up,
yeah.
because I know my daddy, rest in peace, daddy, used to be so mad about hair being in the sink, and
Yeah.
ooh, that was so totally unnecessary. Me or one of my sisters might have got a whooping about some hair. But we love you, Daddy. I'm just saying. No whoopings these days, because I'm going back to the 70s and the 60s, okay? So they don't allow that around here no more. But anyway, Stephanie says, are these just shout outs to brands? Don't forget Nail Tech. No, Stephanie, I am showing the brands that have the 50% off samples. I did not check Nail Tech. I did not check that. You can if you want, because I since I'm doing a session right now, I don't want to check because I don't like getting that. No, no available. But feel free to if you are, at your desktop. But yeah, no. And Altavi says, I haven't bought any yet, but I have a few that I was looking at. I think that if you're putting together your gift guides, and focusing on making sure that you're putting out stuff that can be easily gifted as well as things that are useful. I think now is the time, like this week, for you to go ahead and make that purchase, because Altovis always wants us to plan ahead. Okay, so see, Amy says, yes, Niltech offers 50% off. So I have to add them to the list. And Thermalabs, I wrote down here with a question mark.
I'll make your life so much easier, though, Eileen. I think that 99% of the products on Logi are going to be available for half price by the end of today. So maybe very few products will not be, but whatever you guys need and want, make sure you buy it for half price on Logi, create content for it, and you just, not only did you get a product that you want and need for half price, but you can also make back the money you paid for it in like no time, so I hope that saves you a lot of time.
Yay! Yeah, and I didn't even think to look up and see what the percentage of our commissions would be for those brands, because you guys can look that up yourself. All right, so I think that's very exciting. It's something that we definitely were looking forward to. And so I hope that this is something that you all take advantage of as Logis. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you, I'm grabbing the link. Um, just to put it in the chat here. Our friends at Amazon, they just do such wonderful things in the world. So I'll share with you this little article. 2.5 trillion no, let me say that one more time because even now I'm thinking about 2.5 trillion in sales and counting, celebrating 25 years of Amazon's partnership with independent sellers. A pivotal decision to invite independent sellers into Amazon's store in 2000 has driven tremendous business growth for entrepreneurs while transforming the retail industry. And come on, y'all, sometimes we get mad, sometimes we get disappointed about things but you gotta give it to them. You go, Amazon. Y'all did that. This is something that y'all absolutely did, and I guess Ehud, your example of that, as well as some others who have products and independent sellers on Amazon. And IJ, is that Iojama? I missed last week, so I just want to clarify. When you say don't use the same payment method to buy as our payout method on Logi, do you mean we shouldn't buy with, say, the debit card attached to the account we get our Logi payments into? Thank you. Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying. You can, in fact, when you click on that payment method, it will show you your Logi payout method, and it'll be like, you can't use that. So you won't even have to worry about making a mistake and doing the wrong thing because it's so clear that you cannot use that debit, whatever. In my case, it's a checking account, or yeah, what most people I think will probably have a checking or a savings account. I'm not sure. Okay, so that is definitely, yeah, you're welcome, Shama. All righty. Let's move on to our next thing. Oh, and if you guys want to, you could read that article. It might get a little, you know, like, Amazon. But at the same time, like I said, it is tremendous. And that is a lot of money. And we know that a lot of money has been made. And, the fact that we get a little piece of that pie may not be always what we think we should get, but hey, it is what it is. And they changed the whole ecosystem. Like, people, it just wasn't something that was done before. So, yeah, there's that too. So, we got to be thankful. All right, next. I know you guys talked about it a little bit earlier, but you know me, I always got a little add on to this topic here. All right. So now your followers, storefront followers, now get emails when you post new content. But notice there's an asterisk. An asterisk says your storefront followers may receive up to one email per week based on when your new content is added to your storefront. Okay, and I hope that everyone read that email. Did you all get it? Is there anyone who did not see that email?
I got it.
You did. Good for you.
I got it. And let me just tell you that I thought that this is literally one of the biggest things in the Amazon's influencer program. I don't think people understand it enough, but I just feel like, guys, this is so big that just imagine every time you post a new video or content, then once a week, everybody who literally click that follow will get an email that says, hey, these are the videos that your favorite creator just created. That means that everyone who liked you now has a chance to see what you liked and recommended, and they can go ahead and buy it. So for Logi products, for Amazon Creator Connection, for all these products,
it just makes it so much better and easier to get more money. Amazon did something so big here that, we used to say, hey, I wish I can create my own mailing list, but I cannot because those are Amazon's influencers, Amazon's shoppers, I apologize. But now all these Amazon shoppers that liked me will get a notification once a week of all the content I create. You have no idea how big this is. And I feel like this can be such a great additional, revenue maker thing. So I would totally make sure that I'm posting every week content. I never skip a week because this is my tip for the team, for everybody. Never skip a week. Meaning that if you just did 3 videos and you know that you're not going to have time to do a video next week, don't post all 3. Post 1 or 2 today, and next week, post another one. This way you're not missing out on that weekly blast that Amazon are going to make. So this is my little tip for you. Just make sure that you're utilizing it as much as possible. I think it's one of the biggest things that Amazon did. So I'm happy about it.
Thank you, Ehud. I have a couple of additional points to make about that. Like Ehud said, you're not going to be able to make a video next week, but you've got a couple. That's when you use the scheduling feature. We all said, why would we schedule? Remember that when it first came out, we were like, who wants to schedule? Now, this is a perfect time to schedule. Hi, Heather. Thanks for turning on your camera. Okay. And I got more to tell you about that. First, I want to hear what David Peters has to say because he always got something good to say. Yeah, I got it. Not sure about that. First, it wasn't allowed. Now it is. What if we do it and they say, nah, not allowed, and all our videos go bad? And people seeing my video on the product they are shopping for, say air purifier. When I post a video for a power tool, will they care? Probably not. It just all depends. Initially, there's going to be some leveling off of people saying, no, I don't want these emails. I'm going to unfollow. That's going to be the case. But let me tell you, LTK, y'all know I'm going to talk about LTK all the time. And I'll tell you one reason why I talk about LTK all the time, because first of all, they train you so well. But this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. And in fact, they send you an email every day or every 2 days. And we know Amazon sends a bunch of emails too, right? But when you're following someone on LTK, you're getting emails when they post. You're getting emails about what's the most popular thing that even the people that you're not following post. So this works. This really works because people who are into shopping. Some people shop as a hobby. We got to find more of those people, right? Amy's raising her hands. We have to we got to keep searching for those people. And it's okay if some people unfollow you. All right, whatever. But always be working on getting new followers. Now, someone asked in one of the groups, and I also saw this on Kathleen's video today, does that mean that we're supposed to encourage people in our shoppable videos? I think not. I think that Amazon made a mistake when they sent that email. They should have said, encourage people to follow you on social media. They left that part out. But if I'm wrong, that's fine too. Okay. But to me, that's a lot of calls to action every time you do a shoppable video. You say, make sure you follow me for more. I don't know. We'll see. They may have to wind up clarifying that. But for now, I would say be cautious. Don't include that because they didn't say they updated their do's and don'ts, because in the do's and don'ts, it tells you not to do that. So for now, just be wary until they come out and clarify whether we can do that in our shoppable video. Now, of course, on social media, of course, on live streams, and whatever you want people to follow you. Altavis, yes. What do you think?
Okay, so I apologize in advance for the noise in the background.
No,
But-
I don't hear anything.
But understand that Amazon is a creature of habit. We've seen what they've done in the past when it comes to live streaming and pushing it out on the platforms, pages. So we know that when things like this come up, Amazon is going to push it really, really a lot. So this is a bonus for any of you that are interested in live streaming, because if you're posting content to your storefront, when you live stream, they're also getting a notification that you're going live. So this is the time for you to step up into that if that's what you want to do, because you're going to get the extra reach because they're sending out the emails. Again, we always talk about making sure that you got the time for it and everything like that. But this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and do that. Also, for those of you that are like, I don't have enough content coming in for me to post consistently, this is when you schedule out those posts. We talked about that before. Like, why would they give us a schedule option for scheduling out when we're going to post content? This is why. They always give you a little insight, like, we doing something. You may not know what it is, but we're doing something. That's where you schedule it out. So that way you have something going out every week consistently on a certain day. So that way you know that that one email is going out to all the people that follow you. That's
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, great minds think alike. Yes. So I'm looking through some of your comments here, and Jennifer is saying, on Logi, you can other influencers, okay, I think you mean you can see other influencers. Otherwise, I see how many in Amazon Live. You do see how many, but you don't see who they are. And I'm 100 away from A-list. Now I'm more motivated. Yay, Jennifer! Great, congratulations. Which Jennifer is that anyway, by the way? All right, here's the thing. Folks that have been around for a while, who have been Logis for a while, will remember when live streams was like a really big thing and we were on the products pages. That was a feature of Logi that we would all follow one another. So even if you go to your Logi, where it says my storefront, sorry, I meant to have it pulled up. I can't screen share, but just up at the top right, where your name and your low profile picture sorry, you go to storefront. Yeah, you can't really see the people there. I'm sorry. I'm saying the wrong thing. There's a place here where you can see some of the people that are following you because of Logi and because at one time that was something that we did.
Great,
Okay.
great that you're sharing it. You know, we did have that functionality, and it's amazing you remember it because we did take it out because some people took advantage of it. You know, some people take advantage of, you know, when you're opening up a system like that, that you have like full access to all the creators in the platform. And it's kind of, you know, we didn't want to, you know, have your privacy taken or have, you know, the idea behind Logi, and everybody remembers that, is that we put your privacy as the first priority, and we want to keep you as secure as possible, knowing that when you're matched with a product or when you buy a half-price sample on Logi, nobody knows who you are. You stay anonymous, right? You stay anonymous at least until you publish a video, and then the brand knows about it. but we don't want just random people to see your profile and, and start reaching out to you. And because the people who do that, when they have access to a lot of influencers, are usually very low quality and sometimes spammy brands. A lot of Chinese sellers do it a lot. We remember from the past that they have very cheap products that we will not approve on the Logi platform, because we are trying to get as many #1 bestsellers to the platform, and only products that have very high reviews and rating. That's why it's not a flea market like Creator Connection is today, and other platforms that just have everything. And it's very hard to navigate because you cannot filter by brand, and you cannot filter by all these amazing filters that Logi offers you. And this is just the beginning, because literally there's going to be so much more going on in the next few weeks. There's a lot of secrets coming in, so stay tuned. But it's going to be so much easier to find things through Logi, and also to find Logi opportunities on other, other platforms like ours that are, working with us. So Liz, I think, is here in the room. I'm not sure if she is, but she's working on a great Butler software she's working on. So hopefully she'll be releasing that soon, and that will offer all the Logi opportunities in it. And Liz from Fluencer Fruit is working on
That Liz. Sorry.
Yeah, we have two Liz's.
Right. I didn't know. Hey, Liz.
As long as your name is Liz, you're allowed to have secret API access to Logi, which is something that we don't give anyone, but we are starting to give it to our partners. So those amazing abilities to really get the word out there, get the perfect products, not have to worry about talking to brands. That's the biggest thing Logi offers. 100% privacy, knowing that you'll get paid no matter what, and not having to deal with all these brands. So I love that.
Okay, great.
If anyone has a question about that, feel free to ask. But I see Sandy sent a message, Ehud. That's why I really like Logi, even though I can currently benefit from the platform for free products, laughing out loud. Logi always considers our security and privacy first and foremost, and Logi is always compliant with the rules, etc. Logi is always 100% ethical. We have to. Thank you so much, Sandy, for mentioning that. And we have to, because we're building a $1 billion, startup here. And even though we're just in the beginning and we're just starting, and we're still young and we still didn't raise $100 million, but once we will, everybody's going to enjoy it a lot. So we're hustling, and we have to stay really 100% compliant, and we always, think twice before we do anything. Just to remind you, the same law firm that is Amazon's law firm is the same one that works with us, the one that wrote our terms of service, the one that worked with us on the privacy policy, all that kind of stuff. So it's the same company and the same law firm. So we know that it's 100% compliant. And one of our investors, she's one of the biggest Amazon lawyers in the world, rated like I think #4, #5 law firm for Amazon sellers, for everything that has to do with Amazon compliance. So she's one of our investors. So I'm very happy to have her on board, and we always talk to her and ask her for advice when we have questions. So yeah.
Thank you, Ehud, and thank each and every one of you all for being believers, because I know there are some people that don't get it. They don't get it, but I'm glad you all get it. So I also posted in the chat, and I'm going to post it again, because, there's kind of like a downside of this for somebody like myself who don't like to get a whole bunch of emails and notifications. Believe me, I stay on people's pages, storefronts, looking and seeing, me, I'm looking to see what's trending and all that good stuff. So I don't need emails. I don't need them. So what you can do, you can see who you are following. Very important. You can see who you are following. If you want to unfollow somebody, just because you're like, hey, that person puts out 20, 40, 50 videos a week. I don't need to get an email every week. All right. So, but you're also going to see all the authors that you follow. Yeah, I'm following a couple of authors too, because like, whatevs. artists, that could be um, musical artists or whatever, and topics. You're also following topics. Well, most of us would be following topics, especially if you were in when Inspire was a big thing. That was a time, and even probably before that. So you want to go in there and maybe prune your following, because right now, oh, hi Fred. First time I've seen you join us.
My first time here. I'm glad to
Oh,
be here.
great, great. Welcome, welcome. So a lot of times people that are still going live and all that, I get these notifications on my phone, but I gotta be honest with y'all. I swipe, I don't even look at them. I just swipe and I say to myself, one day I'm gonna unfollow all these things. But maybe now is the time that you want to unfollow some people and vice versa. Make sure that you are following someone that always has the deals. Like, for example, we know that if you're a bronze or a silver, you don't get access to the creator connections deals early. You don't get the Black Friday deals list. You might get it like 2 days before Black Friday or something like that. But like this last Prime Day, we never, those of us, when I say we, bronze or silver, we never got that list. Okay. But you know that there's other people that do get the list. So what are they promoting? Okay, I went through that with you guys before. Those of you who were here, if you remember, I hope you found it useful. If you ever want me to talk about that again, we will. But just want to make sure. There was a bunch of comments that came in. So, Liz Jean said, I feel as though we're going to have to. Oh, Liz, you want to unmute, dear? If,
Hey,
okay,
sorry.
sure. Hey,
That was a little while ago. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, we were talking about the emails that Amazon's sending out, and I would imagine it would be like curated with the followers or with the people that they're following, so it wouldn't just be like my content. But I'm curious to see what that's going to look like, how they're going to choose. And I wonder if they're finally going to implement the hearts, the likes on the videos, and maybe use that as an indicator. And if that's the case, that might be interesting because finally they'll have a use for it besides social proof, but also that'll be interesting to try to get more likes on your videos.
Awesome, awesome. And I like that idea, but I just want us all to just hold off on using the calls to action. Because I want to say that again. Even though in that email they sent, they encouraged us, or they told us to encourage people to follow us. My humble opinion, I could be wrong. Tell me in the chat, yes or no, if you think that I'm wrong. No, if you think I'm right. If you think I'm right, say yes. If you think I'm wrong, say no. You don't know what you're talking about. They don't mean for you to encourage people to follow you in your shoppable videos. They mean for you to encourage your social media people to follow you. They just forgot to say that part. Now, live streams are different. We said it, but I just want to repeat it again because sometimes these things are so confusing. And this is one of our reasons why we do these sessions, to help navigate through all the confusion and all the red tape that goes on. All right. So live streams, yes, you want to tell people to follow you. Yes, you want to tell people to like, that's fine. But when it comes to your shoppable videos, Currently, the best practice, according to Amazon, is to not use call to actions, and that may even cause your video to be rejected. Okay. Now, this maybe it changed. I don't know, but I think not. I think they just forgot to say encourage people on social media because that's what they want us to do. Bring people over. And they love the fact that, oh, yeah, we got another reason to send out an email, not just, oh, look what you just see this again. You know, they send us so many emails, right? Like I'm working on ideas lists, right? So they send me an email. Everything that's in the email is the stuff that I just put on my ideas list. Like, can y'all like not tell me? Oh, but anyway. Okay. So somebody added me. Who was it? Oh, you agree with me. Yay. Thank you, Stephanie. And Michelle says, yes. David said, yes, I'm not adding follow me in the videos. Yay. I'm with you, Eileen. I would not do a call to action in my shoppable videos on Amazon platform. And Liz said, me neither. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I saw 5 people ask that question in groups. So you guys are, y'all know, but I still have to say it for the sake of the recording. Okay, hang on one second. All right, let's go to the next topic. All right, here's another one that comes up in the groups all the time. Ooh. And I don't know if this is new or not. But I'm going to include it in here because we haven't gone over it before. So the use of AI. Now I'm going to give you a link to the page. And I think we shared the same link last week because Andrew said he has this link in his Facebook group. It's hard to get into the chat when you're screen sharing. But you have to scroll all the way down to find it. So that's why I took a screenshot for you. So, am I still able to use AI automation services to aid me in creating affiliate content? Yes. 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 Y'all can read the rest of it. Yes. Okay. What can't I use AI for? Creators are prohibited from integrating any software or automation services into Amazon's product advertising API and from using Amazon data to train AI programs, LLMs. That's something to think about because I know we all want to just take all that data from our sales reports and, send them up to Chat GPT, not me, but y'all, and say, analyze all my data. This is telling you no. But even though they're talking, they mention the API. Yeah, no, I'm going to say no. They don't want you training the LLMs on any of their stuff. That's my interpretation. I'm not a lawyer, but I want y'all to think about that. Can I run any Amazon data through AI automation services? Okay, I'm sorry. This clears that up. In case y'all didn't believe me when I said it the first time. No, nope, nope. So, yeah. And, I guess somebody out there is thinking they're going to have to catch me. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But it's serious. It's not that serious, y'all. And I don't think this is meant for individuals like us. I think this is meant for folks that are building these tools. Of course, we don't have to worry about that with Logi, but some of these, fly by night tools, like I saw there's a Chrome extension, not from any of the folks that we always talk about, right? But there's some Chrome extension that just automatically sends creator connections requests for some kind of a bot. The tool doesn't do anything else. I can't even remember the name of it because I was like, this is such trash. And I think a bot built the tool. I don't even think it's a person behind it. No, stay away from that kind of stuff. Keep your account safe and make sure that you're following legitimate tools and services that abide by the rules. Okay. So if something like this whole API stuff is over your head, when you're dealing with Logi, you don't have to worry about that. They got it under control. They were one of the first ones to have access to that API. Okay. But these fly by night folks, leave them alone. All right. And so, go ahead, Liz. You said so. Of course, Chat GPT. What do you want, Liz? Can you unmute, dear? I'm
Yeah, sorry, I was just saying, when you were talking about the AI and it learning from your data and training it. So I'm not a lawyer like you, but I did just upgrade to Chat GPT Pro. And I noticed that with that, it doesn't train or learn from any of the stuff that you load into it on the Pro, the 200 a month subscription. So I'm not sure if that falls into those lines or not. Again, not a lawyer, but if you want to load your sales data, I feel like for me personally, I feel like that would be pretty okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the fine details of that either. I I would love to hear from you, like, because you said you just did this. So what did you gain from it? Like maybe sometime in the middle of December or right before, did you find this great insight that you couldn't find anywhere else that made you $5,000?
So I didn't use it for that. I was just
Okay.
saying, like, hypothetically,
Okay.
I would be okay if I did do that because it
Okay.
doesn't learn or train its AI. But again, it's, could be risky.
It could be. It could be. I think that a lot of influencers get upset when they see someone using AI to make videos. Amazon had something in their policies about AI and they took it out. Matter of fact, I don't even think I kept a copy of when they had that in there. So, in particular, people who are on camera, but maybe that person has an accent. Maybe they just don't even really speak English that well, but they have a voiceover. But they're on camera doing all the things. I saw somebody post this guy. Every video that I could see on his storefront was him. And he had all the products. He's clearly, his whole body is in the thing. But it's not his voice. But it was synced to his mouth movement, right? So I'm thinking maybe he has an accent. And so he used a voiceover and ran it through a program. And so he sounds American. I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, if you go to somebody's storefront and every single video is a different person, and it's like, they're in different settings. They're, not unless it's one of those conglomerates like WTI or What Tools Inside or whatever it's called. But for the most part, what he did, in my opinion, was fine. And I don't see anything in the Amazon do's and don'ts that says you can't do that. Heather, would you like to unmute? Because you said something here that I didn't get a chance to read. Oh gosh, I have to go back so far. Heather, Oh, you said you something about Claire's class, Heather?
So I'm probably doing it wrong, but so I took Claire's little course at something about your next step. Well, I don't know what the name of it is anyway. And but one of the things she does teach is that there's only two things that you can do in Amazon, and it's you can like a video because that's what that heart is, or you can follow someone. So she actually coaches us to do that, like to actually have those as your call to actions. So I do that in my videos. I'm like, if you like this video, hit that like button and follow for more videos like this. I've been doing it for probably about 3 months and I have never had anything flagged. So I'm just saying, and I've steadily been growing over the last 3 months. So I don't know if that helps, but just saying that that's me. I know you don't agree. I'm just saying, you never know.
No, I stand to be corrected. If someone has experience like what you just shared, I think that's wonderful because that's the only way we can learn. Because believe me, you can go to one of those Amazon uh, webinars and ask that question and they'll never answer you.
Well, they won't know because they don't do videos, right?
Right? And they don't know, right? Exactly. So we have to leave things up to our own interpretation. And what all I was really saying was just to be cautious and wait until we hear from them. Now, if you're doing it and some other folks are doing it, because Claire, for those who don't know who she's talking about, data coach Claire, remember she did the surveys. She came on here and presented the results from the surveys. And if they're doing this and not running into any problems, I think that's great. I think that's wonderful because this is how we learn.
Right.
So thank you so much for sharing that because I did not know that you guys were doing that. Awesome. All right, Liz says she got to run, and Fred says suspect. It all learns and trains all at all levels. Yes, Fred. Thank you. Fred, if you want to unmute, feel free. If you have some other I'm so blessed to be here. I've been doing Amazon wrong. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about that, Fred. If you want to unmute, feel free. Or if not, type in the chat and let us know you can't. Oh, Stephanie, would you like to unmute? See, you've got a comment here.
I,
Oh, there's Fred. What's been your experience?
I came
Oh,
across-
your mic isn't Fred, I'm sorry. Your mic is
Can you hear me? It still works, right?
now you go.
My
That's better.
audio's not working.
It's better now.
Can you
Go
hear
ahead. Yeah. Oh, it's cutting in and out. Sorry, it's cutting in and out. Sorry, Fred. I'm not sure if you're on your phone or if you are using a mic, but it sounds like it's a mic with a bad connection.
Can you hear me okay?
No, it's still cutting in and out. So, that's okay.
Let me.
All right, so Fred, while you're working on that, I'm gonna ask Michelle, because Michelle, you put a nice chunk of content over here. What, Michelle,
Yes.
what did you post here? I'm sorry, I
I
can't.
I just went over to the Amazon influencers content guidelines and it says not to include external links, which no one is, but look what it does say. This does not include promotion of your social media. So that sounds like it's saying we can promote social media in our videos. But then it also says, and that's if you look two down from that one on the website, it says don't ask viewers to perform actions that are unsupported by the video player, which includes follow, subscribe, leave a comment, turn off notifications, or view video subscriptions. But it doesn't say you can't ask them to like the video. Interesting. I was just pointing that out.
Yeah, actually, and this is what I am referring to, and I don't have a link off the top of my head, or at my fingertips, I should say. I have it somewhere, but this is what I was referring to as why I thought that we should not be having those calls to actions.
Yeah, I agree with you. And here,
But
let me post the link just so you can have it in front of you.
okay. But they change, and because they're so vague, sometimes just like when we had our friend David here um last week. And guys, I tell you, it was heartbreaking when he was going through what he went through 2 years ago. And, they kept all the money that he made going to the trainings that they used to have back in those days. They encouraged people to do contests and all this stuff. And then they turned around and said, you know, you're getting dinged. They kicked him out. But then they also said one of the things was on his website. He, then he couldn't ask for people to show support. But now they changed that policy. But they didn't make an announcement. Hey, we changed the policy. Now y'all can ask for support. They didn't do that. And this is, like I said, this is the reasons why we gotta like all stick together and learn from one another, because they may be in the process of changing this policy of the one that you posted here, Michelle. And they're not penalizing people for it. So, what the heck? Now they're saying, yeah, encourage people to follow you. All right, well, be specific and tell us when and where we're supposed to do the encouraging. Because otherwise, if y'all don't tell the story, we're going to make one up. Okay, so just keep your eye on this, you guys. That's what I want y'all to do. Keep your eye on it. It may not get your videos dinged. Heather's doing it. It's working for her. She's not getting her videos rejected. So this is a good thing. Try it if you want. If you're brave. Okay, because Heather's brave. All right, so let's see. It's the top of the hour, but I just wanted to see. Oh yeah, I have got to tell you guys about this. Bannable. Oh my goodness. Y'all know. Wait, I opened up the share before I opened up the Bannable was on this list from a site that's called The Information. And if you're familiar with it's a very important tech site, The Information. It's one of those sites where all the content is gated anyway, though, right? So they made the top 50 lists of sites to watch for this year. Okay. So they interviewed him for like a little 5-minute interview. And I'm going to give you the link to the interview. But this was just something that they posted on social media talking about it. And so I dug deeper into it. And he said some very interesting things in this little 5-10 minute interview. And I'll give you the link because I think this is fascinating, because the guy had to ask a question twice about like what is Benable's business model, because those of you who are on it know that they don't keep any of the money from the affiliate and sales that we make there. And so he hinted at, and this link that I just posted in the YouTube video takes you to the exact timestamp when they interview him. And he hinted at the fact that because of brand collaborations that are coming into Benable, that this may be the way that they monetize. Okay, so hang in there with Benable. I was a little pissed off with them a couple weeks ago, but they got back into my good graces. So those of you who are doing Bendable, stay with them because, you know, the brand collabs are coming in. And for me, the best part is that they're not even considering eating into whatever we make. And I'll give you another little insider tip. Whenever you get cash back on Bendable, make sure within the next 24 hours that you go into the app on your phone, and they only have it on iOS. Sorry. Make sure, because most of the time they offer you a bonus, which they will give you that same, let's just say, for example, I just made $1.40 some cent off of my Walmart list. Yay. And they gave me the bonus. All I had to do was post a story. They already created the story. It's a video. They've already created, and they give you step-by-step instructions on how to post it to your story, tag them, put your link there and all that. And so they will match that bonus that you just made. But they give you that offer only in the app and only within like maybe 4 or 5 hours after you get that email saying you earn cash back. Now I say 24 hours, but I never would let it wait 24 hours. I'm there like, wait, I just got cash back. I'll keep that app open until I see them say, yes, we'll match it. Share it to your stories. Okay. And he said nothing but a word. So that was good. That was a fast $3. So Bendable is still, you know, on my list of good ways to promote for Amazon. Okay. Now, in closing, I want to post once again for you all and remind you all, please, please, please follow Logie on all the places. They're actually putting some replays up on YouTube. So follow, comment, share, like, all that good stuff that, you know, I'm not doing in my shoppable videos. Okay, on Facebook, it's Logie Creators. On Instagram, it's Logie Creators. On LinkedIn, it's Logie-Inc. On TikTok, it is Logie Inc. One word. On Twitter, it is Logie_Inc. And on YouTube, it's Logie Inc. One word. Okay. All right, Michelle, my girl. Thank you for your attendance and for your attention. You want to say hi real quick? Shop with Nick. Stephanie says, interact and engage with Logie. I don't see you all on there hearting and commenting. Hey, Nick.
Yeah, I can come on and say hi. I can't come on camera right now.
Yeah, no, just want to say hi. Oh, well, actually, you can say bye because.
Bye.
No, but wait, Ehud turned his camera on, so he may have something to say.
I want to say hi to Nick. Hi, Nick. Great to see you around.
Good to see you too, Ed Hood.
And also,
do you guys know anything about what is it, the Amazon merch?
Yeah, Amazon merch.
That would be interesting to talk about one day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great program. It started a few years ago. A lot of brands took advantage of it. So they used merch to complement their existing products. So, you know, so they, you know, if they have like beach products, they would make like nice t-shirts for the beach or tank tops or stuff like that. And I think that it can be a great thing for creators as well to supplement themselves with Amazon merch. Which is also growing. You need to apply for it. I'm not sure because it's been so long since the last time I did it, but definitely something to think about. And Eileen, let's see if there's anybody who's doing it to come for a fireside chat. That'll be pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having a hard time too, Nicole, to get into it. They keep denying me, so.
Yeah. Nicole is saying that, merch is hard. Nicole Bateman says it's hard to get into merch in her experience. And so Nick is saying, yeah, she's getting denied as well. Sandy says, you need to tell them you're part of the AIP to get approved quickly. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
Did that
Sandy's-
too. That didn't work either, but I'll try it again.
We
Stephanie said,
we should probably post about it in the group and ask for people's tips and ideas and stuff like that. So, absolutely.
yeah, because Stephanie's saying the same thing. Email the merch team and tell them you're an influencer. Yeah, so Stephanie said I got in easily. I don't know why or how. Interesting. Thanks, Stephanie.
Maybe she has a website or something that they were easily able to see, or they want to make sure that you can really send traffic, because they don't want to just bombard the system with more and more designs for more shirts, for more merch stuff that it's print on demand, but they don't want to have too much going on. So they want to make sure that the people or the so-called brands that will enroll into the system actually can bring traffic and sales to these merch. So it's good to to really discuss this in its own session. That will be great. Yeah, I just wanted to share with the people that I think that 99% of the products on Logi are available for half price sample purchases. So definitely take a look, see what you need to buy anyway for yourself, and get it for half price through Logi, because that will help us, what is it called? Optimize the system, make sure everything works. This is like literally our QA by having you buy half price products, and we see that everything goes into the system and products are being shipped right away and that everything is fine. So definitely take advantage of it.
Thank you. Let me check. Jessica Simpson. Michelle. Yes. Jessica Simpson. Woohoo! I got some earrings I had my eye on. So yes, I'll be making a purchase when I get off of here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so very much for attending today. And let me know, besides the Amazon merch program, which I know absolutely nothing about, but let me know if you have any questions about anything. Oh, and I do want to say, Sandy says, got approved right away, published a bunch of designs, but only sold a handful in 2 years. Sandy also said, don't feel left out of Amazon merch. They're way oversaturated. So sometimes, we don't have to always pursue things because they look like the hot thing to do, right? So, and Stephanie says, thanks, Eileen, and everyone who chatted and asked questions today. And I also say thank you just for even being here, for listening to the sound of my voice. And Ehud, you're amazing. I guess Emmy left, but hey, Emmy. Thanks, Emmy. And Lorraine says, have a good weekend. Thanks for 2 great sessions. We love the sound of your voice, Eileen. Oh, thank you, Sandy. All right, you guys. Hopefully we'll see each other next Friday. And yeah, here's to your success. Thanks, Ehud.
Amen. Amen. For everybody's success. Let's keep on rocking and rolling and making our life something to remember, right?
That's right. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.